don't think you should let sex be at the top of the hierarchy of a good marriage or a good relationship.
And I appreciate you saying that. And again, I'm talking. I want to talk less on this segment than others.
Right.
And to be fair, let me let the listeners know that there's a big list here: leadership, responsibility, women, sex, money. What does it mean to be a man? Power issues, domestic violence, racial profiling, criminal justice. So there's a big list here.
Right.
But I will say that in creating that list, the gentleman that participated in that list said at the top of the list it was sex. So so that was, you know, so I you know, but I appreciate what you're saying, because we want to make it known that even as a man, you've got a list of things that you're thinking about. So I'm shifting back out a little bit. And I'm going to say this one last thing. What Bishop said was so important too, because he talked about without healthy communication, that often leads to marital affairs. And that's a conversation that the sisters can have too, because sisters have affairs too. But I thought that was important in terms of, it's so good to have some good communication, whether it's about intimacy or not, so that it helps to keep you here and not go out looking for there. I'm backing back out.
There's one here that says, what does it mean to be a man? And that thought has kind of, our interpretation of that, our pre-program of that, has really created a lot of problems in a lot of men, because we've been programmed to feel that we've got to carry this big load on our shoulders. We've got to be the breadwinner. We've got to this, got to that, you know, and it's just too much. To be a man, to me, in a relationship, a marriage, means that we're starting a partnership. It's a company that we're building, you know.
I saw Marvin shaking his head when you were saying, we've given you this script that you got to be this ultimate Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. We've tried to turn you into cartoons.
Too much stress.
Superhero, man. You know, we gotta be brave. We gotta be tough. You know, we gotta do so much. It is so much pressure to be, quote unquote, what society say what a man should look like. A real man should do this. A real man should shave. A real every day. A real man should have a deeper voice. A real man should be a certain height. I mean, it's so many things out there that people try to, you know, tag on what a real man looks like, and it's not necessary. I think you have to be comfortable in your own skin and know in your own skin, in your own mind, what a man looks like. And if you're comfortable, I think you should go with it.
I think a lot of it is even like in some instances, like in dating, you know what I'm saying? A lot of women, because I am, like, I'm quiet sometimes, and I'm not as aggressive as some other dudes. So they're like, you're not aggressive enough. And so a lot of women think that men, you have to be this aggressive type, this aggressive guy that always, you know what I'm saying? But that's not who. All men are not aggressive. You have some men that are passive aggressive or show their expressions in other ways, you know. And so that's one of the main things I feel like you're not aggressive enough. So I don't know how, if y'all have ever experienced that or not, but that's one of the things that people say you're not aggressive.
When I was a teenager, I was dating this girl, and because I wasn't aggressive, she assumed I was gay.
Right, they look at it as a weakness.
Yeah, a weakness rather than a strength. You see what I'm saying now? So
see, I'm aggressive, so I ain't never had that problem. I'll just put it out there. Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, no, like I said, it's just some of it, you know, it's part of it.
That's good, because there's diversity.
All about what you want, man.
Right.
All about what you want. Pick your flavor.
Well, you know,
it's all about what you want as a woman, the man you want.
There's another topic called racial profiling that I'm very interested in, racial profiling, because, you know, NAACP prints out a little booklet. I don't know if it's blue or purple, but in 2017, I thought it was really ridiculous or a shame that we got to print out little blue books to tell a black man what to do when he's stopped by a police officer. Put your hands on the steering wheel, have your insurance card or whatever in the sun visor, you know, so that when he walks up, he has no reason whatsoever to go to level 2 with you, you know. And this is 2017.
So on top of, I'm a host, so I'm just acting as a host, but I'm really wanting to make sure the male voice is present. On top of being groomed that you have to be Superman, you now got to be Superman, And then you got to know how to act when the police stops you. So you got all these layers. You know, somebody wants you to be aggressive. Somebody wants you to be quiet. Somebody wants you to be Batman. Somebody wants you to be Superman. Somebody wants you when you get, you know, see a police officer, you know, you got to do like this and talk this way and do that. What I hear is a lot of what's right that came up in the pre-talk about leadership and responsibility, that there's so much responsibility that shifted your way. Have you assessed that some of this responsibility is unnecessary, superficial? You know, what does it mean to be I'm just thinking that sometimes we've created a big script that's not even real, and that men might be battling because we've told you to be something that doesn't even exist.
I think Bill hit on it earlier. You know, you got to discover who you are.
That's it.
You know, and you got to find out who you are, and when you want you to discover who you are, you've got to make peace with yourself. You know what I mean? You don't have to be and do all these things. You know what I mean? So, I think the first thing is discovering who you are as a man.
How do you do that? How have you all done that? Marvin, you've been talking. I'm gonna come back to Jarvis. Marvin?
Just basically just being myself. It's no secret. I just think you have to be yourself. I think when you try to be somebody you're not, you're gonna get yourself in trouble. Okay? I once dated a young lady, and I changed. I changed to the point my mom said me. My mom asked me, say, who are you? I thought she was playing. What do you mean? She said, where's my son? I don't know you. I mean, here I had my hat turned backwards. I was wearing wife beaters. I was trying to change to appease this young lady because she wanted this bad boy. And I'm an educated man. Educated, master's degree, and, you know, college graduate, and, you know, both my parents are educated, so I'm raised like this. But to keep her interested, I did what I thought I needed to do, so I started changing. The most miserable time of my life. My mom did not even recognize me when I walked into the house. Where is my son?
Wow.
And I said, never again. I told her, I cannot be somebody, I cannot be the man you want me to be. You want me to be this thug? I'm not a thug, I'm sorry. I'm just plain Marvin. Boring, lame. She kept calling, you so lame. I said, I'll be the king of lames. I'm gonna be me. And so I said, when I find the right woman, she would accept me as I am. I'm about to change a thing about myself. Everything that I present to her would be just perfect in her eyes. And that's what I did when I found Georgie.
But okay, so you, I want to do a follow-up and say, how did you get to that point to say, I just want to be me? That's what I really want to do. How did you get to that point? Did you talk to your daddy? You talk to your cousin?
Look at myself in the mirror. Looked at myself in the mirror. It was too hard being somebody else. It was so much easier just being me. Take that hat off, throw that hat in the garbage, stop smoking Black and Mild cigars. I got asthma.
I know.
So,
Smoking Black and Mild.
yeah, you know, so I let that go and just said, back to Marvin, whatever you want to call me, I got to be me. It's so much easier.
Okay, Bishop, I see you jumping in, and I want to come back to Jarvis.
One of the key words is something we've said many times is awareness. You couldn't have gotten there had not an awareness presented itself to you. Your mother presented a thought to you that you're not who you used to be. So becoming aware of what you were doing caused you to discover who you are and be at peace with I am me.
I am me. Okay, Jarvis.
It was me, trial and error, you know, making mistakes and learning from those mistakes. You know, discovering who I am is because of those mistakes that I've made. You know, me having a son at 18, then had another one at 19. You know, so then some things that I was doing, hanging out in the streets with my fellas and stuff, I had to cut that stuff out. You know, I had to make a decision. Was I going to go to school, or was I going to try to stay here and try to hang out with my fellas? So it was some hard decisions that I had to make early on at 18 and 19 years old. Do I leave my boys and go off to college? You know, so that was a difficult decision that I had to make. But knowing where I wanted to be and what life I wanted to have for them later on, I had to make a decision. You know.
Okay, talk to the men. I know my time is up, and my producers are wrapping me up. Can you give me in 10 seconds, what would you say to your son about what it means to be a man? 10 seconds.
To be a man's son is all about accepting responsibility, making good decisions, and surrounding yourself with positive people, and just keeping God first.
Okay, 10 seconds, Bishop.
Awareness, becoming aware of who you are.
Become aware of who you are.
Like my dad told me, watch the company you keep, make sure you keep God first, and make sure that you're surrounding yourself with good people.
That's it.
Okay, I have to close out. This is what I want to say. from sister to men, I would like for men to take note of what these men said, to be comfortable to you. I know we've given you, for thousands of years, we've given you a script to tell you to be caveman, Batman, and all of that. Be you, because if you're not happy being you, if you're not confident being you, it's very difficult to be with anybody else. So, gosh, I feel like I want to say so much more, but my time is out. Man to man, we're going to do this again.
All right.
And we're going to do this again.
All right. Looking
It's a
forward to
lot
it.
to be said, because
Yes.
men are pressured, and men, we got to help men live better, because if we can help men live better, we'll have better husbands, we'll have better fathers. And I'm speaking very selfishly, because I know that many men are intimidated by me or any woman that has some sense of
Self.
self.
Know who you are.
Independence.
Independent.
Right.
And I don't mean independence in a bad way,
Right.
but they are intimidated by the fact that I can pay my light bill.
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
Just the fact that I can pay my light bill can be
Right.
very intimidating,
Right.
because we've told you to be Superman and
That's because the way we've been programmed, we're supposed to be the caretakers.
that you're supposed to pay all this. Okay, that's a cliffhanger. That's a cliffhanger. Join us on the next Man to Man segment. I'm your host, Dr. D. Thank you, Erica Huddendale. Thank you, Becky Yetov, my producer from Be Stellar Productions. Thank you to my camera people, Linda and Brianna. I love you. Have a greater day. Bye.
See ya.
Yeah. Yeah, man.